ESPN's analysis, Tom Miche, reveals that the Pittsburgh Steelers have been quietly working the phones to move up in this year's 2023 NFL Draft if a player they like falls to that spot. So, we all heard the rumors about the Chicago Bears and how the Pittsburgh Steelers contacted them about the number 9 spot. If someone they like is still on the board, they might move up. But now, ESPN's analysis, Tom Miche, one of the more respected draft analysts out there, and he works for a big company, ESPN, he noted when he was talking about the NFL draft and the Steelers, he said that he's hearing from multiple sources that the Steelers have been quietly working the phones in an attempt to move up the draft board on Thursday night. He said that besides the rumor about the Bears, he heard that the Steelers have contacted the Tennessee Titans at number 11 about trading up for an offensive tackle. So, he mentioned that they would trade up for offensive tackle because they really believe that Kenny Pickett is their future, and they want to solidify the offensive line and the offense in general by helping Kenny Pickett and the offense. But then it got me thinking, if everyone's saying the Steelers are going to trade up for offensive line, are they really going to trade up for offensive line, or is it a smokescreen? So then I seen Dale Lawley, Pittsburgh Steelers insider. He mentioned this. Here's a quote. I'm 100% certain that if the Steelers were planning on trading up, they most certainly wouldn't tell the team who they were targeting a trade up to get. Remember when they traded up for Troy Polamalu? The Chiefs thought they were moving up for Larry Johnson, but they selected Troy Polamalu. So, the Steelers obviously, I believe, they wouldn't just let the whole NFL know what position they want. So it got me thinking, what other position have they met with a lot, especially the top talented guys in the draft class? And then cornerback came up. Because they have met with the top guys, Christian Gonzalez, Devin Witherspoon, they brought Christian Gonzalez into the facility for a meeting. They met with him a lot. They also met with Parris Johnson a lot. But those two positions, they could either trade for either if you think about it. Obviously, they most likely wouldn't want to tell the whole league what positions they're trading up for. But then I was looking at Mark Kaboly, Pittsburgh Steelers insider. He mentioned the top 4 guys that he believes that the Steelers are most interested in on the draft board right now. He said the odds are the Steelers will draft one of these 4 players: Parris Johnson, Broderick Jones, Joey Porter Jr., Deontay Banks. So, obviously, like I said, that's offensive tackle or cornerback. So he believes that those are the top 2 positions the Steelers are looking for right now. I know most of you are probably tired of hearing all these trading up rumors. You probably just want the Steelers to stay still at their pick because they already have 3 picks in the top 50 and they have a lot of picks in this year's draft, and there's so much talented guys up there, and the cornerback depth is so deep in this draft class. They could really get a guy in the 2nd round or 3rd round if they want. And even though there's a really top 3 guys offense tackle, some of you have been saying in the comments that you just want them to stand still and not just kind of wreck the draft by giving up assets that could be used later on. We have a lot of needs on the team right now, and just using the top 3 in the 50 could really help the Steelers out a lot. They're not going to be contenders probably next season, but just looking at a year from now, they could really be one of the best teams in the NFL. Because you have to think about it. The Steelers have a quarterback on a rookie contract, and they have one of the lowest paid offenses in the NFL right now. And if they're going to select another offensive tackle who's a rookie on a rookie contract, their offense is going to be so lightly paid and their defense is highly paid that they can really go all out in spending right now with less money down the line. So I know some of you are all tired about trading up, but you got to think about this. If the Steelers do trade up, they use pick number 17 and 49 to trade up in the 1st round to get whoever they want. They still have pick number 32. And if they trade back from 32, like we heard Mike Tomlin say in his press conference, and how I made a video about it yesterday, with the Pittsburgh Steelers potentially moving back at pick number 32, if they use pick number 17 and 49 to trade up, they could use pick number 32 to trade back and get back a 2nd and 3rd round pick, because that pick number 32 spot is probably so valuable, but other teams potentially trading up for a quarterback who falls out of the 1st round, or just trading up a whole day to kind of listen to phone calls. So the Pittsburgh Steelers, just in general, whether they trade up, trade back, or stay put, they're just in a great spot with how many picks they have early in this year's draft. So with that being said, let me know down in the comments below. How do you feel about the Pittsburgh Steelers this season? and what position. We're getting down to the last 2 days until the draft. What position, what player do you want the Pittsburgh Steelers to draft in this year's NFL draft? And do you want them to trade up, trade back, or stay put? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, tomorrow I'm releasing my last 2023 NFL mock draft 5.0 of who I believe the Pittsburgh Steelers will actually pick in this year's draft. Not who I want, but who I believe they will actually select. So stay tuned for that during the middle of the day. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below as well if you like Steelers content and analysis reports. Like the video, turn on post notifications down below for this channel as well so you get notified whenever I post the next Steelers video. Click the bell down below. I covered all of free agency. I've been covering all the draft. And the draft is less than 2 days away. So when the Steelers make their selections in the first, second, third, and beyond rounds, just know that I'm covering it all, telling you why that's a good pick or not a good pick. So stay tuned, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all later. Till next time, I am out. Peace.